Hey everybody, it's Erin Reed from Erin Reed Makes, and I just got in the brand new Catherine Pooler inks that got launched today. Let's check out what these new colors are, and let's create a couple of different cards using Catherine Pooler inks, stamps, and dies to create some beautiful spring floral cards. So let's start with talking about the three brand new colors. The first one is Creamsicle. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful this yummy orange is. It is just like eating a creamsicle. Remember those from childhood? The second one is Lemon Sorbet. This is a nice, wonderful light yellow. So beautiful. Look at that yellow tinge on there. So gorgeous. And the third new color is Frosted. Look how beautiful. It's almost like an in-between, a purple and a blue. Definitely that frosted vibe, very Elsa, just screaming that Elsa. And it is another wonderful companion. And all of these are part of the party collection. Don't forget, you can also add your little stickers to the ends here. I put them in a couple of different spots. I put them on the end and also on the side, and that way you can see them easy depending on how you're storing them. So if you store them, you want to see on the top or on the sides. You actually get 4 total stickers when you get them. I've only put a couple on, but I have 2 more in case I wanted to go all the way around, or even if I want to put a color at the bottom in case I lose my top and bottom, I can do a quick color match. And they're just easy. They're already stickers. You just got to pop them on. Now that we've seen what the brand new inks are, let's make some cards with them. I'm starting with the Daffodil Blooms stamp set. So we're gonna stamp out one of these flowers to use on our first card. So I've got 3 different parts of the stamp set. We have the outside of the flower, the inside, and the stem. So I'm gonna be using the Lime Ricky for the base of the flower. We're gonna use Creamsicle, remember just light tap here, and then the Lemon Sorbet for the outside of the daffodil. Now time to die cut them. And just so I don't lose my dies, stick them on a magnetic sheet so that way they don't get lost on your desk space, because I've had that happen so many times. Cut some 1.5 inch squares out of the spring gingham pattern paper set. I did the black gingham, it's so cute. And now we're gonna color match a background. So one of the wonderful things I love about Catherine Pooler inks is not only can you stamp with them, you can do a ton of stuff, but you can also create your own backgrounds. So I'm not gonna try and hunt to try and find the perfect color, I'm just gonna create it. So I'm gonna come in and I'm just gonna swipe. Easy peasy. Let this dry for a quick second. So we're going to start off by placing down where I want to have my little gingham squares. And I went with 1.5 inches a square so that way they would fit on here. So we're just going to kind of line them up just about like that. And we're going to glue them down. I picked one of the sentiments from the stamp set. And I picked Enjoy the Little Things. And that fits perfectly. I'm gonna pull out my Xyron sticker maker. Basically, this turns all these little elements into stickers. It just makes placing it on the card that much easier. So you just pop it in a little hole right here, and then you start pulling through the back, just like that. And I'm gonna pop in the other big one. Tear it off, and then you just do a quick little rub right there. And then just peel off that top plastic. Usually it comes together off as one big swoop, but that's okay. There we go. And now all these little pieces are stickers. So easy. So I'm going to peel off the stem. I'm going to place the stem first. Now I don't have to do a muss and fuss with glue. It's easy. And we're just going to place this right about there. There we go. See, it's all stuck down. We're going to take our flower, main part of our flower. And sometimes you get these little cobwebs, so you just kind of run your fingers along there and then boom, you're fine. And we're going to place our flower right about there. And then the center of the flower comes right in here. I'm gonna have it line up just like that. And now adhesive on here. Just stick everything together. And see, that color matches perfectly. And I didn't need to ink everything. I just needed to do enough so we could see that beautiful border. And then come in and place it on our card. And you could have fun doing all kinds of colors, but I love the 2 new colors together. They're absolutely gorgeous. The Lemon Sorbet and the Creamsicle just are beautiful together. And then that little hint of some Lime Ricky and you're good to go. So that is our first card. Next, we're gonna do a little ink blending. I've got my gel press mat on here, which makes this paper not really move around. It gets nice and stuck on here. And if it ever doesn't get sticky, you could just wash it with a little bit of soap and water. And then we're gonna do our masks. So I've just taken some washi tape. If you've got masks, great. If you don't, this is the way around that. And I'm just going to line this up right here. And I know I've done a pretty good job lining it up straight because I can see that looks pretty consistent on this end. I can see how it's lined up and it looks pretty darn good. All right, so now it's time for some ink blending. So start in with our Lemon Sorbet first. Catherine Pooler inks are perfect for ink blending. So I'm just gonna come in with some lemon sorbet. Look how beautiful that blends in there. Just a little bit there. I do have 2 different ink blending brushes, one for a lighter, one for a darker yellow, but whatever works for you. Now come in with the next color. This one probably needs to be re-inked. It's been well loved. You can definitely tell the juiciness between them. This one doesn't have as much juice in it comparatively to the new ones. That's what I get. Means I love my inks. All right, so there's number 2. And I'm just gonna come in because I know there's some color still left, and just to blend between the 2 right there. And then lastly, we're gonna come in with our creamsicle. And I know I don't need to add a lot because there's a lot of juice on here. Look at that. And blend on down there. And just really hit that in between mark. And I want to go super dark at the bottom. So I'm going to add a lot of ink and really go heavy at the bottom. And then just fade up lighter. And if you notice, the action I'm using is a bunch of little circles. And then just blend. And I'm just going to come back in and hit this top corner. And then you get your big reveal. You ready? Yeah, these perfect lines are so gorgeous. See? You don't need to have anything special. Washi tape to the rescue for all of that. Now let's do some stamping. So we're gonna come in with the other set of stamps. This is the other stem and the other top of the stamp, and we're gonna stamp on just black paper, but we're gonna do it in black. Stamp on white paper, but do it in black. And you could directly stamp onto your paper, but I am notorious for leaving smudges, and I want this nice and clean. I want this really crisp, and there's die cuts, so we're gonna stamp and we're gonna die cut it out. Case in point, see, inky smudges. I can't seem to get away from not having inky smudges. I am the worst. So this is my way, my trick around it. Especially when you have a nice clean stamp set. I'm gonna do it twice because I also made a second one, and we'll talk about the colors I made using, this one's using the other new color. This one's using frosted in the middle, but I'll show you what the colors are for this one in a minute. Before we get too far, since I have my Misty out, we're gonna go ahead and stamp the sentiment on here. And the sentiment, we're gonna slide that down, make sure my hands are clean so I don't, so paper towel, I don't have anything on them. We're gonna come in with Happiness Blooms, which is the other stamping sentiment. So that's gonna go right here. So this is when you need to pay attention to your dies. Did anybody catch my oops? Here's my oops. This is the die that's supposed to cut out these 2 things. I'm supposed to line those up together, so I need to restamp those. Look at your dies first. So here are 2 cards, and just to rehash our colors going down, we had Lemon Sorbet, Tiara, then Creamsicle, and on the cool tones, we had Tranquil, Frosted, and Lilac. And Frosted is the new one, and then Creamsicle and Lemon Sorbet are also the 2 new ones. But see, they all blend beautifully together. So we're gonna do the ink blending like we did on the outside to create that extra border, and I'm gonna do it in the Frosted because it's the new color. And we're gonna do it in the Lemon Sorbet since we already did Creamsicle for the other one. All right, so while those are drying, let's assemble the top parts of our card. And if you've already noticed, there's a little boo-boo on this card. It's actually on both sides, but I only really can cover up one of them. So as I'm placing my flower on here, it's going to cover up the boo-boo, at least one of them. And that's basically the layout of the card. For this one, I can go a lot more linear, and I can have my flower be purely vertical. So you can play around, but I do actually like the way that it's tilting. It just looks more fun. See, just has a little bit more pizzazz to it. So same thing, we're gonna use our sticker maker to run these through. We're gonna do the long stem on one side, and then we're going to angle this right there, and then have our flower, just catch the corners to get rid of some of the little cobwebs, and angle it that way. Covers up my little oopsies. Then same thing for the other card. See what I mean? Notorious for leaving swipes of color. Oh, I'm the worst. Oops, this needs a little more ink on the edge there. So I didn't quite go far enough with the ink, so I'm gonna come back to this one. I'm gonna add a little bit more. And I'm gonna do here just to be safe. Let that dry a second. We'll do the other card. So if it's not quite there, just add more color, not a big deal. And then I can do a quick test to see if we're good. Yeah, that should be good. Actually, it should be dry enough. We should be good to put this on here. So let that sit for a minute, and then let's do the yellow card. So here it is, both warm and cool tones, same version, using the same sand set. And then here coming in with also the fun colors, still doing the ink blending on the outside, this time color blocking the back with another color instead of just keeping it white, using the little gingham. And they're just fun ways to use this really cute stamp set and the brand new colors from Catherine Pooler. So thanks so much for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed seeing all the brand new colors of Catherine Pooler ink. They are so beautiful. I absolutely love her inks for so many reasons, and you can definitely get all of these links for all of her supplies down in the information section. And don't forget to follow all of my social media. You can find me across everywhere Erin Reed makes, and I will see everybody again soon. Bye-bye.